Hello and welcome back to the Business Apac. Did you know that climate change is silently eroding the economic backbone of the Asia-Pacific region? The Asia-Pacific, a region teeming with life and economic potential, is facing an unprecedented challenge. Climate change is no longer a distant threat, it's a present reality, casting a long shadow over economies, societies, and ecosystems. In this video, we delve deep into the hidden costs of climate change in APAC, revealing how it's reshaping industries, communities, and our way of life. We'll uncover the staggering economic impact and explore potential solutions to safeguard our future. So without any delay, let's get started. 1. Agriculture under siege. Imagine lush farmlands teeming with life transformed into barren wastelands. This haunting reality is unfolding across the Asia-Pacific, where climate change is wreaking havoc on the very foundation of our food supply. In Asia and the Pacific, climate change is projected to reduce crop productivity by 15% to 20%, or even 50% in some crops by 2050 in the business-as-usual scenario. Erratic weather patterns, from relentless droughts to devastating floods, are upending the delicate balance that sustains agriculture. Rising sea levels are encroaching upon coastal farmlands, salinating precious soil. A changing climate is creating breeding grounds for new pests and diseases, threatening to decimate crops. The consequences extend far beyond the fields. Farmers, the guardians of our sustenance, are facing an existential crisis. More than 80% of the world's smallholders and family farmers live off the land in the Asia-Pacific region, and their livelihoods, intertwined with the rhythm of the seasons, are disrupted. As harvests dwindle and incomes falter, rural economies crumble. The ripple effects reverberate through the entire food supply chain, from local markets to global trade, impacting the lives of millions. In 2021, more than 400 million people in Asia-Pacific were malnourished, most of them in South Asia, with 40% of all inhabitants unable to afford a healthy diet. The COVID-19 pandemic led to an increase in developing Asia's undernourished population, with nearly 1.1 billion people lacking healthy diets due to poverty and soaring food prices. To combat this crisis, governments across the Asia-Pacific region are scaling up their efforts to help agriculture adapt to climate change. However, effective adaptation will require further actions, such as investing in climate-resilient agriculture, ensuring access to seeds and fertilizers, and enhancing trade and social protection systems. 2. Tourism in turmoil. Picture your dream vacation destination, a pristine paradise untouched by human hands. Now imagine that idyllic retreat ravaged by the forces of nature. From the sun-soaked beaches of the Maldives to the vibrant coral reefs of the Great Barrier Reef, climate change is transforming once idyllic tourist spots into disaster zones. Extreme weather events, such as hurricanes and typhoons, have become more frequent and severe, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Rising sea levels are encroaching upon coastal paradises, submerging pristine shores and displacing local communities. The Asia-Pacific region is particularly vulnerable, accounting for nearly half of global greenhouse gas emissions, with impacts projected to become more intense in the future. The economic ramifications for these regions are profound. Local businesses, heavily reliant on tourism, face unprecedented challenges as visitor numbers dwindle. Between 2010 and 2019, the APAC travel tourism sector experienced an average annual GDP growth of 7.3%, while greenhouse gas emissions increased by only 4% during this period, indicating a decoupling of economic growth from emissions. However, in 2019, the sector was responsible for an average of just 10.3% of total greenhouse gas emissions in the region, highlighting the significant yet manageable impact of tourism on the environment. Hotels, restaurants, and tour operators struggle to survive in the face of declining revenue. The emissions intensity of the APAC travel tourism sector decreased by more than 26% from 2010 to 2019, demonstrating progress towards sustainability. Yet, despite these efforts, the ripple effect of climate change continues to threaten the livelihoods of those who call these places home, jeopardizing the very essence of the world's most cherished destinations. As the global tourism sector faces staggering losses due to environmental changes, it becomes increasingly clear that immediate action is required to safeguard these vital economic and ecological resources. 3. Cities on the brink. Envision coastal megacities, pulsating with life, gradually submerged beneath the relentless rise of the oceans. This dystopian vision is becoming a stark reality for many in the Asia-Pacific. Rapid urbanization, coupled with the accelerating pace of climate change, has created a perfect storm of challenges for these coastal behemoths. As sea levels climb, these cities find themselves on the front lines, battling erosion, inundation, and the specter of displacement. The economic toll is catastrophic. Billions of dollars are invested in infrastructure, only to be threatened by encroaching waters. Coastal industries, from shipping and trade to tourism, face an uncertain future. The loss of property, the disruption of livelihoods, and the strain on public services are immense. As these cities grapple with the existential threat of submersion, the ripple effects will be felt across entire nations. 4. Energy overhaul. A future powered by the sun, wind, and water. A world where clean, renewable energy fuels our lives is no longer a distant dream, it is a necessity. This vision is no longer a distant dream, it is a necessity. Transitioning to a low-carbon economy is not merely an environmental imperative, it is an economic opportunity of unprecedented scale. A chance to reshape our energy landscape, create new industries, and foster a more resilient future. By harnessing the power of nature, we can generate clean electricity, reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and mitigate the worst impacts of climate change. This shift will create millions of jobs, stimulate economic growth, and improve public health. Investing in renewable energy is not just an environmental choice, it is a sound economic decision. 5. Building back better. Envision a future where our cities, roads, and bridges stand as testaments to human ingenuity and resilience, weathering the storms of a changing climate. This is the future we must build. Climate-resilient infrastructure is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity for long-term economic stability. As the intensity and frequency of extreme weather events increase, our built environment must evolve to withstand these challenges. By investing in infrastructure that can adapt to a changing climate, we are safeguarding our economies, protecting lives, and building a more sustainable future. From resilient coastal defenses to flood-proof urban centers, the choices we make today will shape the world our children inherit. It is an investment in our collective prosperity. As we come on this journey, we've explored the profound beauty and intricate balance of our natural world. From the vibrant coral reefs to the majestic forests, each ecosystem holds a story of resilience and harmony. Now, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and let us know what you'd like to see in our upcoming explorations. Your voice is crucial in this ongoing dialogue about our planet's future. Thanks for watching.